Everyone, today we are going to discuss about April 2 Shift 1 JEE Main Paper. Hope you have done well. These questions are very easy questions. Whoever watched our mock test and crash courses, I hope that would be very useful to you. Without any further delay, let's get started with this question paper. These are some memory based questions. Let's see. The first question is, which periodic property in not regular trend in group 17 elements? Group 17 elements, which is halogens, right? So halogens, I always say, as we are moving left to right in the period, electron affinity, ionization energy and electronegativity increases, right? If you are moving top to bottom, atomic radius, ionic radius, metallic character, those things are increases. Okay. So the question asked in the exceptions. So if you are seeing the halogens, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, there is an exception in case of electron affinity. You know that, which is because of the smaller in size of fluorine, then electron affinity of fluorine when we are comparing to chlorine is less. So which makes the order chlorine is more electron affinity, then the fluorine, then comes bromine, then comes iodine. So it's not a regular trend for electron affinity because of the smaller size, so that the electron repulsions will be there. Okay. Then moving on to the next question. Second question, which is two volatile liquids A and B form an ideal solution. 1 mole of A mixed with 3 moles of B. Total vapor pressure is 500 torr. If the vapor pressure of A was 200 torr, then they are asking to find out the vapor pressure of B and which is more volatile. That is also they are asking. Okay. So let's quickly apply with the formula. Take the different color. So PT of A naught chi A plus PB naught chi B. So point to be noted here is they have given that in moles. So chi A becomes 1 by 4 and chi B becomes 3 by 4. Is it? So just substitute the values over here. 500 A vapor pressure is 200 into 1 by 4 plus PB naught, we have to find chi B, that is 3 by 4. So upon solving this, 200 into 0.25 I am taking and PB naught 0.75. So 200, it is 50. Then upon solving PB naught, I'm getting it as 600 torr. That's it. So PB naught that is 600 torr. So option A or B, that would be the answer. So they are asking which is more volatile. So always which is having the more vapor pressure, that would be more volatile. Comparing A and B, B is having more vapor pressure, so which makes option A is the correct answer to this question. Identify aromatic and non-aromatic compounds out of the following. So what are the compounds given there is that. So I'm giving you side by side, you can tell me what are those are aromatic and anti-aromatic, non-aromatic, everything. The first compound is this. Let's say this is A. B, which is with the negative charge. C is this. D and E F. This you have to be careful with EF guy. So it is very similar to naphthalene but not naphthalene. G So who are all saying G is an aromatic? Just tell me in the comment. Who are all saying G is aromatic? And if that is not, why? That also you can mention. So identify aromatic, non-aromatic, is it? So just the first one, which is an anti-aromatic, right? The second one, aromatic, including the charges as well. And the third one becomes non-aromatic. And E, what about T? T, once again, that is also anti-aromatic. They are having only 4 pi electrons. What about E? E becomes aromatic, thiophene, right? So what about F? I think F, they have given it wrong. I guess so. Let's compare it with the options. And G, talking about G, this is a non-polar structure which takes up the duck shape, right? So which makes it non-aromatic. It is a non-planar, non-aromatic structure. So just tell me which option is right. So what are those are non-aromatic? C and G are non-aromatic, right? So which makes the answer could be only B and C, and rest of those B, F, E. F is there, so I think they must be given as a naphthalene only. So B, the remaining are B, E, F, all are aromatic in nature. Let's say this question which is asking about the correct statement, all natural occurring amino acids are optically active. No. And all naturally occurring amino acids except glycine has a chiral center. That is also a false statement. You know that. Then all naturally occurring amino acids except proline has a primary amine functional group. Proline is having the secondary amine. So other amino acids are having primary amine functional group. That is true. All naturally occurring amino acids are neutral amino acids. No, they are having acidic and basic as well. Right? So which makes option C as the correct answer. Then moving on to the next question. Which of the following is the correct order of basic strength of amines? So this question we have solved in our mock test. Correct. So aqueous medium, which makes secondary, then comes primary, then tertiary. So which makes option B as the correct answer. This is for the methyl substituted. For ethyl substituted groups, you have to change it a bit. Tertiary and then comes primary. Okay. So please be careful with that. Then, which of the following molecules hydrolyze fastest? So here you can see we are having the options of CH3. 3 is missing. So CH3, COCl, CH3, CONH2, CH3, CO, OCH3, CH3, COO, CH3. So there is some mistake in the question. Once again, this is CO, CH3. Okay. So which of the molecules hydrolyze faster? As you can see, hydrolysis means H2O participation, right? H2O oxygen lone pair will attack, and then the H plus and OH minus will get separated. Except the first molecule, all others are having the dominating minus M effect. But this guy is over here will have minus I effect more than the minus M effect, which makes option 1 as your right answer. Then in AX4Y, X and Y are the top 2 electronegative atoms, and A has the highest ionization enthalpy in its period. Predict the hybridization of AX4Y. Okay, so 2 electronegative atoms, top 2 electronegative atoms, A has the highest ionization enthalpy in this period, AX4Y. Okay, so in that case, A has a highest electron ionization enthalpy. Highest ionization enthalpy in certain period is that obviously their inert gases, right? So which inert gases is active? Xenon. So what kind of molecule xenon can form? That is, xenon could form only HCF4, right? So what is the hybridization of HCF4Y? If you could find that, that would be your answer to this question. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Gallium has a larger metallic radius than aluminium, and gallium 3 plus has the larger ionic radius than the aluminium 3 plus. So upon comparing with the gallium and aluminium, so as you can see, atomic radius of, it's given in your NCERT as well. The atomic radius of gallium is 135, and if you're taking the aluminium, 135, if you're taking aluminium, then that is 143. So which is not a correct statement. Then gallium 3 plus has a larger ionic radius than the aluminium 3 plus. Is it right? Let's take the radius. You can also go about with the electron repulsion and the size as well. But I'm giving you the data here. Gallium 3 plus, which is having the ionic radius of 62, and doing for aluminium 3 plus, that is 53.5 as your ionic radius. So which makes this as a true statement and this is false. So statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. Among the given compounds, find the hybridization of the compound which is polar and highest number of lone pairs of on central atom. Okay, so what are the compounds they have given? Ammonia, cool, that is having a structure like this, is it? Then NF3, once again. Then ClF3. ClF3 will have a bent kind of T shape, right? So that will have 2 lone pairs as well. Then HCF2. It is linear, but still that is having a lone pair in it. How many lone pairs? 3 lone pairs in structure. Then comes SO2. SO2 forms a structure like this. So which is more polar and having a highest lone pair of electron on the central atom? So we'll find out which one is correct. Just tell me in the comments which one is correct. If you are taking this, HCF2 becomes the right answer. That will have a highest number of lone pairs in it. What is the hybridization of HCF2? Just find it out and put it in the comment box. Then which of the following statement is correct or correct for the adiabatic process? It can be, it's not an option, these are the statements given. Okay, so more than 2 or 1 can be correct. So the first statement is molar heat capacity is 0. First of all, what is adiabatic process? Where the temperature, the heat change is 0, right? So molar heat capacity becomes 0. What is molar heat capacity? Which is equal to Q by N delta T, right? So if Q becomes 0, what will happen to molar heat capacity? That will also become 0, correct? Then molar heat capacity is infinite. That's not infinite, that is 0. So this is not our correct statement. Then work done on gas is equal to increase in internal energy. Work done on the gas. It's not by, it's on the gas. So as you can see, if the statement is stating about work done by the gas, then the sign becomes negative. So the internal energy becomes decreasing. But now here work done on the gas, so which becomes, this is positive on the both the sides, which becomes U final minus U initial, that is also giving you the positive, which makes this statement as correct. Then increase in temperature results in decrease in internal energy, that is also false statement in this case. So which makes option A and C, that is correct. So that option you have to pick. Then which is the correct option about the radius of nth orbit in hydrogen? Okay, so radius of third orbit is 9 times of radius of the first orbit. Radius of fourth orbit is 4 times of the radius of first orbit. So let's see how many times it is going on. So Rn is equal to Rn naught n square, right? So they are asked, let's talk about the third one. So R3, which is R naught 3 square, so which gives 9 R naught, R3 which is 9 R naught. But if you are substituting with fourth orbit, then that will become 16 times, right? Then you are substituting the 8th orbit, then you have to put 64 times, which states these statements are wrong, and option A becomes right. Then the next question, 100 grams of calcium carbonate when reacted with 0.19 mole of HCl, then the moles of calcium chloride is formed is P into 10 to the power minus 3 moles. Okay, so first of all, what is this reaction? Calcium carbonate with HCl, it is forming calcium chloride. Along with that, of course, carbon dioxide will get eliminated. Upon balancing this, I'll put 2 over here. So everything else is balanced. Cool. So 100 grams of calcium carbonate, that is treated with 0.19 mole of HCl. Okay. So by seeing the ratios, 1 mole is treated with 2 moles. That is a stoichiometric coefficient. Okay. So they have given that 0.919 mole of HCl is treated, which means we have to find the limiting reagent to find out the calcium chloride percentage. So in that case, put 0.19 divided by stoichiometric coefficient here 1 by 1, which will give you, this is the smaller value, so which becomes, this is the limiting reagent. So 2 moles of HCl gives 1 mole of calcium chloride. 2 HCl gives 1 calcium chloride. So 0.19 HCl means, just use the unitary method, 0.19 into 1 divided by 2, right? So which will give you 0.095. That is, if you are converting into 10 to the power minus 3, that is 95 into 10 to the power minus 3. So 95 is your P. Okay. The graph over here, the slope is given as 79.62. Okay, cool. So in that case, just apply it with T half, that is proportional to our A naught 1 minus N, is it? So they have given that as T half, that becomes proportional to A naught. Okay, so that is what given in the graph. So also, which refers that N is equal to 0, then only A naught it will become A naught. So N is equal to 0, that is a zero order reaction. Correct. So slope given as 79.62. So I'm going to take that as 80. So slope, which is 1 by 2K for zero order reaction. So which is 80 now. So K value becomes 1 by 160. Right? So we have to substitute it to the formula, that is A naught minus KT. Right? For AT, that is after 10 minutes we are going to calculate the concentration. A naught, that is given as 2.5. 2.5. K value, that is 1 by 160. And T is 10 minutes. So please be careful with the minutes. They have given the units as in minutes. Okay, no problem. So 10 becomes 1 by 16. So 2.5 minus 1 by 16. So let me calculate the answer. So 1 by 16 becomes 0.0625. So 2.5 minus 0.0625. So which becomes 2.4. So I'm taking that as 2 as your answer. Okay. So I'll keep on posting the questions we are getting. So please go through the questions. Please practice more and more questions who are all attending the next session. All the best for you guys. Thank you.